I'm sure you've never heard anything like this. Brace yourself for the shock. And I'm still in shock myself. Whose child is this? You will be shocked. It's not my son. It's not the neighbor's child. It's not even the lover's child. The truth tore my life apart. At first, I thought I was being dramatic. My little boy should have been my mirror, my nose, my jawline, the way he furrowed his brow when he concentrated. But as he grew, people started saying the obvious things under their breath. "He doesn't look like you," friends would whisper. "That's odd," my sister would say. "Whose child is this?" You won't believe who the father is, but you'll find out soon. I did what any worried husband would do in the age of phones and bank apps. I bought a home DNA test and ordered it like I was buying batteries. Awkward, clinical, necessary. I told myself it was just to calm my mind. I told myself trust was everything. When the result came back, the word stared up at me. Not the father. My hands went numb, betrayal hit like a punch. That's where the real investigation began. I wasn't interested in social media drama or cheap revenge videos. I wanted proof. I combed through messages on her phone. The ones she thought were gone were not as gone as she believed. Deleted chats, hidden folders, a pattern of late-night calls with contacts I didn't recognize. Every breadcrumb pointed to one name, and every breadcrumb made my stomach drop deeper. Whose child is this? Keep that question in your head because the answer is the kind of thing people think happens only in tabloid headlines. After following the trail, piecing together receipts, calendar invites, and old photos, I found a file of scanned messages between my wife and her brother. The language wasn't flirtatious at first. It was weirdly familiar, like people who had been too close for too long. The more I dug, the more I realized this wasn't a standard cheating story. This was a different level of betrayal. I confronted her. She didn't scream or run. She looked smaller than I'd ever seen her. Fragile, raw, like someone who's been hiding from herself. First she denied, then she admitted the affair. Then, and this is where my world froze, she admitted it was her brother. Incest. The word felt illegal in my mouth, dirty and heavy. I had to sit down. I called my friend and said, "I'm 90% sure the father is her brother." He told me to call the police. I didn't. Not yet. Whose child is this? You still don't know. Stay with me because the family reaction was explosive. My parents were furious, not just for the betrayal, but because the stain would be public. Her parents went silent. Her brother, he refused to answer. At the family lunch, I watched as my wife's mother tried to defend her with sentences that sounded hollow even to her own ears. Family matters should stay in the family, she said, but everyone knew it was damage control, not love. I ordered a professional DNA test. The lab results came back clear, and the technician said it in that monotone you hear in courtroom dramas, a statistical match confirming the father's identity. Incest. The evidence was irrefutable. My brain argued with my heart for minutes that felt like hours. How does a man process the fact that his child's biological father is his brother-in-law, his wife's brother? How do you warn your parents, your in-laws, your neighbors? How do you look at your son and not see a symbol of the worst kind of betrayal? My wife begged. She cried and promised to get counseling. She said it started as vulnerability after a family tragedy, that they had been leaning on each other and it spiraled. She said it was the biggest mistake of her life. Her brother wrote a message, "I'm sorry," and then disappeared. Some family members wanted to punish legally. Some wanted to hide the truth. Child protective services were mentioned in hushed conversations. Whose child is this? There it is again, the question that keeps other people glued to the screen. I'm telling you now the truth is worse than you imagined. But the tragedy is also complicated. My son is a living, breathing human. He didn't ask to be born. He's not a scandal. He's a kid who needs a future. Right now, I haven't kicked her out. I haven't put the kid in someone else's arms. I'm not sure I can do either. I sit at the kitchen table and flip through photos of the boy laughing at the park and think about responsibility, about forgiveness, about the legal and moral lines that got crossed. I think about the cheap cheating videos that rack up views online. This isn't that. This is a family broken in a way that could ruin lives if we treat it like content instead of crisis. I get messages from strangers telling me to burn everything, to burn bridges, to press charges. I get private DMs telling me to forgive, to be the bigger person. I've read Reddit threads where people argue both sides like a courtroom. Leave her,
keep the child, fight for custody, involve the law, forgive and rebuild. None of those voices live in my house. Only I can choose. So here I am, on the edge of action, still unsure. I haven't made the call to the police. I haven't packed a bag. I haven't told my son what any of this means. I'm clinging to the barest thread of sanity and trying to do right by a child who is mine by love, if not by blood. But every day the question bites stronger. Whose child is this? The answer will haunt me forever. I need you, not to tell me what to do with anger, but to give me perspective. Drop a comment, type forgive if you would try to rebuild, and leave if you would walk away. Explain why. Would you keep the child and separate from the mother? Would you involve the police? Be honest, I'm still in shock, but I'm listening. This is a true story of betrayal, a horrific family secret, and a DNA result that changed everything.